And we are live. Hello folks, welcome to part 18 of Sonadow Play Ace Attorney. Joining me as always is my lovely girlfriend I IMShadow007. Say hello, hon.
Hi!
And today we're going to continue on with the final case in the second game.
Yeah, we're gonna try to attempt to do the entire investigation because it's split in two parts, but we're gonna see how far we go.
I'm sure I can do it since I'm feeling better.
Yeah.
Okay. Don't jinx us for Angry John. He's saying Discord's down for him.
Mystic Maya! Mystic Maya!
There, Pearls.
I can't take it anymore.
Look, it'll be alright. Everything may still work out.
Hmm?
The condition was that we had to get a not guilty verdict. And so far, the kidnapper has kept his word and hasn't hurt Maya. And he won't because Mr. Ungard hasn't been given a guilty sentence yet. Cheer up, we don't have time to stand around crying. We have to get going.
You're right. Mystic Maya is in much more pain than I am.
Yes, that's right. So... Hey, you guys! Glad I caught you, pal.
Mr. Scruffy Detective!
Oh boy. Looks like Detective Gumshoe has been dubbed Mr. Scruffy Detective in Pearl's book now. It's just plain old Mr. Dick Gumshoe now, and I came to talk to you, pal. But we're kinda busy right now. Right, what you got to say? So, what are you going to do from now on? What do you mean, pal? Well, you've been fired, right? So, do you have a new job lined up yet? Oh, that! What am I supposed to do now, pal? I don't have anything coming in at all until next payday. But what are you talking about? You don't have another payday. I guess that means I'm just gonna have to work here at your place, pal. Say what? We'll be searching for things that prove Mr. Ungard's innocent all day, right? Well, yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna help you, pal. I got lots of experience in investigating and watching over people's places. And I'm great at making really simple meals, pal. I'll take care of it all.
Come on, Mr. Nick! Let's let Mr. Scruffy Detective take care of things.
Okay. By the way, what's your best dish? Instant noodles, pal. Why am I surrounded by people who only eat cheap, unhealthy foods?
Hey, don't you judge us.
That was the first time I've ever seen Mr. Edgeworth act like that. Never thought he'd say something like that. He didn't care if Miss Andrews killed herself.
He said that? That's horrible.
Can people literally not see what Edgeworth was actually doing? But because of him doing that, we got the truth finally. The truth. Miss Andrews' last testimony. I wonder if that was the truth. I'll give you that there was nothing strange in her testimony itself, but I still think there's something fundamentally wrong with the whole thing. You mean about that thing, pal? Why would she want to... No, I mean, almost need to frame Mr. Ungard? I couldn't figure that out from anything she said all day. Then you're saying that testimony was a lie? Not a lie, per se. Just feels like there's more here than meets the eye. Or that's what Edgeworth would like us to believe.
That's such a dirty trick. Even that woman prosecutor was better than that.
Franziska von Karma. Speaking of Miss von Karma, do you have any more information on her condition? Wasn't she shot this morning? Miss von Karma was shot today on the way to trial by a pistol, pal. There was a sniper in the anime.
Yeah, it was a sniper.
Which makes more sense. You know, you wouldn't just walk up to someone with a pistol.
No, yeah.
But she's going to be fine, right? I mean, Edgeworth said she was in stable condition, but, well, she was shot in the shoulder, so she's okay and still hanging in there. They should be done taking the bullet out, so she's probably resting at the hospital. Which one? What, are you going to visit her, pal? No. Well, I was kind of thinking about it. Hey, you've actually got a heart, don't you? She looked like she was being tortured to death not being able to go to the trial today. So maybe it'll be good for her if you went and let her whip you for a bit, pal.
Let's go let her whip us, Mr. Nick!
Now I'm definitely not going.
God damn it, Purple!
Let's see. The name of the hospital. Oh yeah, the Haughty Clinic, or Haughty, however you pronounce it. That name sends a chill down my spine. Well, I guess it can't hurt to stop by and say hi.
Let's go.
Must we?
Yes.
Never thought I'd ever come back to this place. Yes, are you here to visit a patient? Oh great, it's Master Roshi. Wait a second, you're... Yes, I'm Director Haughty. Why are you still here? Yes, what is it? Can I help you? You can tell me. Yes. Director Haughty!
Director Haughty!
Oh, Director Haughty.
Okay.
Edgeworth. Yes, I'm Director Haughty. Oh, you're the man from this morning. Yes. What is it? Director, Franziska. How is Franziska von Karma? You don't need to worry. Yes, she's in good hands. Because you see, I'm personally taking good care of her. Yes.
I will whip you if I could!
Yes. Yes, and I think that surgery, it went well. You have my gratitude. It looks like Edgeworth doesn't know about this director and his secret. She looks so pitiful, absolutely terrified. Yes. But I understand. Yes. Her opponent was a gun after all. And when I snuck up on her real secret-like, she would scream really loud. Yes. I see. But she's really cute too. When I'd do that, she'd whip me with her whip. Boy, did I cry like a baby. Yes, but I think I could get used to it.
God, please no.
You've got issues. Dead.
Good to see you again. Go back to your room.
You're so mean. So mean, my frisky Friska. Wait, okay. Sheesh. Can an old man have some fun? It's time for my IV drops. Yes. Well, your outfit looks surprisingly intact, given you were shot in the friggin' shoulder.
Yeah, I know, right? And what are those tulips doing in your hands, Mr. Phoenix Wright?
I knew I shouldn't have come here.
I was shot in front of the courthouse in my right shoulder. But it's no big deal. This sort of thing happens all the time.
Yeah, Von Karma seems to have a tendency to get shot in the frickin' shoulder.
Yeah, specifically the right one.
Yep.
I even have a full intentions of running the trial this morning. But that would have been too much for you.
There's no need to act tough in front of us, you know.
Regardless, I was dragged here by that man over there.
Hey!
He was so unyielding, one has to wonder if he was simply interested in stealing my case. Oh, talk about Edgeworth.
Oh. It was the only logical course of action given the bullet was still lodged in your shoulder. Oh, excuse your foster brother for looking after you. Christ.
Yeah, I know. What a bitch.
But by taking over the case, I found myself having to clean up after you and that irresponsible deal you made. I think I know what deal he's referring to. Miss Von Karma, you made a deal with Miss Andrews yesterday, didn't you?
I don't know what you mean.
In order to make sure you got your guilty verdict on Mr. Ongard, you told Miss Andrews not to testify in court today.
I don't know what you're talking about. Do you have proof that I made such a deal?
You're denying it?
It looked like you were lucky, Mr. Phoenix Wright. If I had been in court today, this trial would have already been over.
All while hiding Miss Andrews' own crime?
That isn't my problem, whether she had tampered with the evidence or not. I have only one objective, to find Unguard guilty of murder. The ends justify the means, Mr. Phoenix Wright. The end justifies the means.
Miss Von Karma, Adrian Andrews believed you when you said, if you don't tell the truth of what really happened, then Unguard will be found guilty.
And what does that have to do with me?
Because of that, she's now in danger of being found guilty herself. All because she believed in your words until the very end.
That still has nothing to do with me. She's just a weak person, that's all.
But you had to know she was... Ow!
I think visiting hours here are about over. So if you'll excuse me. Aw, can't face the truth, sweetie. What's wrong? Why'd she suddenly cut you off?
Probably because she thinks I had the advantage in that argument.
What'd she do?
Edgeworth. What happened today at the trial, Edgeworth? That was not like you at all. I mean, you knew about Miss Andrews' condition. You could have made her testify as many times as you wanted, but to go that far... but she wouldn't testify about that until I said something. Listen, Wright. The courtroom is a garden of judgment. I'm putting myself on the line when I stand in there. And that's why I made the witness do the same. It's only natural. By the way, Edgeworth, you were really angry in court today. That's rare for you. Witness! That card! Give it to me! Hurry! Do you have any idea what you have stupidly yet inadvertently done? I can't believe you hid this from me all this time! That card, what in the world is it? You mean this? Listen, Wright. This is top secret information. You absolutely cannot leak this. A special investigations team has existed for a number of years, but few know of it. I understand. Their task is to find the owner of this card. A man called Shelley the Killer. And just as his name states, he is a killer. An assassin. The best at that. An assassin? So who is this Shelley the Killer? The Killer is the name of a long-standing line of assassins.
Long-standing?
The name first appeared about 100 years ago, I hear. Shelley is the professional name of the third heir to the Killer name. So because his professional name is Shelley, he leaves cards with a shell on them? He has a habit of making sure to leave a card by the body of his victims.
Why would he do something like that?
We think it's a part of his duty to his clients. His duty? If he leaves a card, then his clients can be assured it was he who killed the victim. Excuse me. It also serves as insurance against any charges being pushed onto his clients. I see. The killer values the trust between his clients and himself above all else. It seems that this is the one honorable assassin with a moral conscience. Yeah, right?
Sure.
I guess that even honorable assassins can exist. So you think this assassin... You think he's the one who did the killing in this case? It would appear that way. The discovery of the card basically confirms it, wouldn't you agree? Shelley the Killer, huh? I noticed something at the trial today. You were behaving in a very strange manner. Is something the matter? I guess I should just tell him. Maya, she's been kidnapped. Kidnapped? What does the kidnapper want? An acquittal. I see. I had no idea. I will prepare a rescue team as soon as possible and resolve this by tomorrow.
Really? hear that, Mr. Nick? Mr. Edgeworth is going to...
Stop trying to console me, Edgeworth. I don't need your pity.
Mr. Nick?
There's no way you can find her. We don't even have a single lead to go on. There's only one way to save her. I have to get an acquittal somehow. It's the only way. Right. Listen, you need to know something. Juan Corrida was killed by Shelley the Killer. And the client who ordered the job is Matt Ungard. Your own client. Please stop! I can't listen to you! I can't believe that! I see. Well, if you want to continue your investigation, you will need this.
What is it?
The hotel right now is restricted to police personnel only, as we are looking for any clues that might lead us to Shelley the Killer. But if you take this with you to the hotel, I'm sure they will let you enter.
Thank you.
In any case, I must attend to the preparations for Maya's rescue team. We'll meet again if anything should happen. Now, if you'll excuse me.
You're a good man, Edgeworth. Mr. Nick? Do you think Mr. Ungard hired an assassin?
No way! I mean, he doesn't have a psych lock.
Yeah, I guess not.
Maya, please, all I ask is you make it home safe and sound.
Speaking of... I guess even kidnappers can be a little clumsy. Clumsy enough to drop a card like this for me. And even though he said he was an assassin, I bet he's just making that up like how Nick does with everything in court. Anyway, let's try out the card trick with this card I just found. Sounds like I got the door open.
Does that trick actually work?
I think so. Okay, time to take a look around. What is this place? I got a feeling I'm not in the hotel anymore. Are those videos over there? Well, I'll worry about that later. For now, I should be looking for clues. That way, I can show them to Sis and maybe get out of here. That picture frame.
Look at the size of that TV. For 2000,
I know.
For 2002, that's massive.
Yeah. There's a framed picture sitting on this coffee table. It's a picture of a woman. She's kind of pretty. Hey, looks like something's written here. Let's see. I think it says, "With love, Celeste." I bet this could be a clue. The bear? That's weird. What's a figurine doing on a sofa in a place like this? I think it's a bear. Aw, how cute. But it's got a lot of cuts and slits on it. I wonder if it's some kind of puzzle or something. The videotapes? Oh, hey! It's a computer. I never really used one before. I have no idea where the power switch on this thing is.
Usually at the front, Maya.
Drat! There goes my plan to use somehow to get us out of here. It's so dark in here that I can barely see, but these kind of feel like videotapes. All of them.
Videotapes in 2017. Wow.
Yeah. What kind of room is this? What is this thing? An antenna, I guess? And this is a VCR? There's sure a lot of electronic gadgets here. But what is an antenna doing here? Wow, I've never seen a TV this big before. Now, where's the power button? Phooey, it's busted. Oh, it's That would so die a happy samurai fan. If I ever got to see Nickel Samurai on TV like this. Ah! I can't believe I just made a joke about dying, all things considered.
Okay, I think all that's left is the door? Yeah.
Locked, of course. And it doesn't look like I can use the car to open this door, but we need a videotape though. Go to the VCRs. There's a little hole at the bottom of the door. If only I was a little skinnier, then maybe I'd be able to crawl through here.
Well, stop eating all those burgers. Oh, this simply will not do. It seems that your Mr. Right is truly concerned about you.
Yes?
For now, I would suggest you remain cooperative. If you cannot, there are ways in which I can help you. Oh,
Ways? Alright. Alright, guys. How are y'all doing today? Well, he's away. I'm doing okay. Just relaxing.
Right, sorry about that.
It's okay.
Dead men tell no tales is how the saying goes, correct?
Dad!
I am almost certain I told you on our first meeting. I am an assassin.
Wait, you're lying! I mean, an assassin?
People are not always who they appear to be.
I hope we have the right clues. I hope we found them all in there. Mr. Nick?
Oh yes, Pearls. Got caught up in my thoughts about Maya's situation.
Mr. Edward has left, you know.
I guess for now I have no choice but to believe in Mr. Ongard. But I think I should listen to his story one more time.
Oh.
Alright, let's go going too.
Okay. Let's go to the detention center.
I'm sure there'll be another opportunity to get the tape.
I hope so.
I'm sorry, but visiting hours are over for today.
Aw.
I have too many questions I need to ask. I'm sorry, but I'm Phoenix Wright, a lawyer for one of the... You're Mr. Wright, you say? You're Mr. Wright, you say? Oh, yeah. There's a message here for you. A message? It's from Matt Ongard. Ah, here you are.
What did he write? Is it something really important?
I don't know. Well, let's see what it has to say. To Mr. Lawyer Dude, I've got something really important to tell you. Why do I feel uneasy all of a sudden? Blah blah blah. Oh, Mr. Wright. So, actually, I have a favor to ask of you. I have this cat named Shu. I didn't put out a lot of food when I left the house, so he's probably pretty hungry. You think you could drop by my house and feed Shu for me, dude? My house is just a little ways down from the hotel, alright?
This is terrible! Let's hurry! We have to feed his cat! I'm sure poor Shu's stomach is growling by now.
Yeah, I guess. A client's request is a request. I guess I should go check up on his cat.
The hotel? Alright now, Mr. Nick. Let's go look for clues. We have to, for Mystic Maya's sake.
You
shall not pass.
Miss Oldbag!
Don't devalue my name and turn into a gasp, you spiky heady fogger. Because of you, I've been made to look like the bad guy again. Although I did get a piece of gum from Edgy Boy, just as he promised. Bree. Miss Oldbag! Keep your hands off me. This helmet is airtight. No air gets in and no air gets out.
And why do you keep putting it on?
Don't think you can get me to move with silly questions. You're going to have to defeat me if you want to get by.
I'm not hearing this.
Let's give her the thing.
What thing?
The letter of introduction.
Maybe if I show her this letter I got from Edgeworth. Miss Oldbag, if you would look at...
What? You want me to look at this worthless piece of... Edgy poo!
Is that her perfume? Pheromone d'Amour, I smell.
Pheromone. Let's see here. Would you please allow this unsophisticated young person to conduct his investigation? Wow. Yours truly, Miles Edgeworth.
Yours truly?
That man's got good at flattery. Fine, but only because Edgy Poo said so. You understand? I just thought of something I have to do. Remember, no messing around. You do anything bad and I won't let you off the hook. It looks like she has strong feelings for Mr. Edgeworth.
That may be, but you know nothing's going to come of it.
That's so mean, Mr. Nick. Feelings are meant to be told and shared.
Ow. Every time we talk about love, I always end up with a handprint in my face somehow. So anyway, let's continue our investigation.
Okay.
What now?
One little thing before I forget. You can't go into Unguard's room today. Why? The police's main investigation team is going to be in there all day, you hear?
I wonder if they're the team in charge of investigating the killer.
So don't go in there. Set one foot in there and you'll face the wrath of Wendy Oldbag.
Whatever you say. Sure is dark.
I'll go turn on the light.
Wow, so this is what a star's house looks like. Must be nice to be rich.
Come on, Mr. Nick. Let's find Shoo, the kitty cat. Shoo!
So I guess this is Shoo.
Aw, what a lovely cat. Hello, Shoo. Tea?
The cat seems to like pearls. Pardon me. May I help you with something, Mr... Oh, we're lawyers. Actually, I'm Mr. Unguard's lawyer. The Master's, then. You must be Mr. Wright. Yes. Ah, it's a pleasure to meet your wonderful self. I am the family butler. John Doe, really? John Doe.
Uh-huh.
Nice to meet you. You must know all sorts of things about Mr. Unguard, right? Honestly, sir, I don't believe my master is capable of such a foul deed as murder. And, anything else? No, not especially. It is not appropriate for a lowly servant to speak of the master or his affairs. How typically butler-like, as it were. Mr. Doe, how long have you served at this residence? Well, sir, I would have to say maybe about 1 year. And, anything else? No, not especially. It is not appropriate for a lowly servant to speak of himself and his affairs. You know, I would have thought Mr. Arngard the kind to have a maid over a butler. That's a very cute cat you got here. It is my duty to take care of him. The master rather fancies shoes. And, anything else? No, not especially. It is not appropriate for a lowly servant to speak of the family cat. Well then, I guess I don't need this piece of scrap paper anymore.
Let's go to Viola Hall.
Well, I'm afraid I must take my leave of you now. Oh, we should probably get going ourselves. So young and yet so accomplished. A master of law. But there's also a lot to be proud of being a butler, in charge of the house and all. Thank you for the compliment, sir. People are not always who they appear to be. Now, if you'll excuse me...
Hi, Shelley. Like, gee, I wonder who that could be.
Yeah, it was a little harder to tell in the original game because Shelley the Killer's silhouette was a bit more covered.
Yeah. But still, it's like, hi, Shelley.
Looks like we're the only ones here.
And yet, the hotel seems so busy somehow.
Probably because the police team is scouring for clues about the killer.
The lobby? Oh yeah, the hallway. Hey, city boy!
Lotta, you're still here.
Wrecking course. An investigation photographer eats or starves on her ability to snap up the scoop, yeah? And this hotel just has that aura of mystery. You know, like something's always about to happen.
Not surprised for a hotel that's named after the Watergate Hotel.
Uh-huh. But, do you have a camera? Rec given. Photographers gotta have cameras out the ear like corn to be a real pro, you know? So I'm hanging around here. Speaking of cameras and feet in the mouth, do you have mine, you bread thief?
Why can't you drop that thief thing already? I want to ask you about the night of the murder.
What? You really got shelled the bucks for the info I got?
Lotta, you were loitering in this hallway the night of the murder, were you not?
Well, kinda, but...
Brace yourself, Phoenix. Here it comes.
I didn't exactly hang around here the entire time, you know. Followed a few stars around, got a few autographs, shook a few hands, had a soda pop with a few of them too.
Looks like she wasn't here the entire time that night.
The security lady also wasn't in this hallway the whole time either.
I guess this means there's no one who can tell us who came and went that night. So, about the note that was inside your camera case.
Oh, that ditty I wrote?
Yeah. Can I believe what you've written?
You mean the stuff about Ungard shoving his manager lady onto Karita?
Yeah.
Well, I reckon you best not believe in that.
What?
Look, I sort of wrote that on a whim, you know? Writing whatever came to mind. Whatever came to mind? Yeah, when you get down to it, it's just a lot of random bulldozers.
I believe the term is bullshit, Lotta.
Yeah, bullshit. Hey, what's with you? Why are you staring at me like a grandpa used to? Hey, why don't you go look... Why do you look like you suddenly got older, too? Or am I just shrinking here? I'm a baby! My $1,600 baby! What's with that red-coated prosecutor, anyhow? And that guy told me if there was evidence and refused to give it back to me.
Well, that's kind of how it is.
Hey, you're the red coat's friend, aren't you? So put in a few good words for me and get back with my camera.
You want me to do what?
Listen, nab the guy real good for about 5 hours and I guarantee he'll give it back.
Why don't you do your own dirty work?
Well, I reckon it's time for me to get going. A tabloid photographer without a camera is just a tabloid, huh?
Yeah, I guess so.
Keep yourself together out there, you hear? I'm coming to see you in court tomorrow.
Okay, I'll see you then.
And you too there, little one. Keep up the good work, okay? Okay. Don't be picky about your food now. Okay. And make sure you do all your homework, you hear? Okay. And if you happen to find yourself a camera, make sure you bring it back to me, okay?
Would you please just leave already? Oy.
Frida's room. Bears!
Lots of bears.
I think it's Gumshoe.
Oh, no.
Mr. Nick?
What is that otherworldly, ghastly moaning?
I hate evil ghosts!
I don't think it's a ghost. Maybe it's a demon? Oh, for God's sake.
Oh. God damn it. Excuse me. What who you're calling a demon, brat? Ah!
Zoinks! It's an alien!
Who are you calling an alien?
Oh, it's just you, Miss Oldbag. What are you doing here?
What is wrong with youngins today? I came down here to pay my respects to my poor one, and you're disturbing me.
This is a crime scene!
What do you want?
Please talk to me about the night of the murder. Just one more time.
I talked about it plenty at the trial. I was fooled, tricked, deceived by that fraud of a photographer and her note. She was loitering around here with that imbecile look on her face. With that imbecile look on her face? Okay, got it. Now hold on a second there, you little pipsqueak. If you're going to take notes, at least make me sound better than that. Oh, alright.
Now I've seen everything.
But you know, I was working that night too, doing my job, minding my own business. So it's not like I had time to waste standing around here the whole night.
No, Ali 1391, there isn't a sooty here. I don't see a sooty anywhere.
I want a sooty!
For anyone outside the UK, Sooty is a puppet show here in the UK. He's a little orange bear with black ears, hence the name Sooty.
Yes, and he's so cute.
I was wondering if you could tell me a bit more about Mr. Kurita.
He was the most popular star, you know, especially where it counts, in my book.
But I heard that he was lagging behind in the polls against Mr. Ungard.
Well, that's just a recent thing. Bad luck and all that, you know? But he was going to become an even bigger star than he used to be. Just look at this mountain of presents. To show the mountain of feelings all his fans have had for him.
Yeah, the mountain is pretty big and certainly nothing to shake a stick at.
Mr. Nick?
What is it, Pearls?
The presents, they're all bears, right?
She's got a point. There isn't a single thing here that isn't a bear. All of Mr. Kurita's presents from his fans seem to be bears.
Oh, that's because you can't think of one without thinking about bears. Bears? Why bears? You don't know? When my dear one was training, he fought barehanded with a bear. He refused to give in and let the bear win, but after the fight, they became friends. Wow, what a heartwarming story. Look, it's just like in those young people's dramas. I can see those two tuckered out. Down by a river going, heh, you sure can fight. You too, bub. You too.
Did all that really happen?
It's in his biography, bub.
What a load of crock.
So ever since then, fans have been giving him bears as presents.
Yeah, nice. Bears. Hey, Mr. Karita, you sure know how to fight! Uh-oh. Oh. I'm Uncle Bear, and I say it's barely 8 o'clock! What is that infernal racket?
It's one of the presents going off. Sounds like it's already 8 p.m. Way past your bedtime.
Ugh, that startled me. I thought I was going to die for a second.
8 p.m. That's the time when the award ceremony ended that night, remember?
Time sure flies. Hard to believe it's been 2 days since the ceremony. Beep, beep, beep. The transceiver. Hello? Hello? This is not a phone. Maya! How is Maya? You haven't heard her, have you? It seems you were not able to fulfill your end of the bargain, Mr. Attorney. Hey, your voice sounds familiar. Shut up. I have heard the news, so it would seem my present did you no good.
No! Mystic Maya! Mystic Maya!
One more day, please. All I ask is for one more day. I'll get a not guilty verdict for sure this time, please. I suppose if I must. I need that acquittal more than anything else, after all. Please, let Maya say something. I want to hear she's all right. All right. And it's a little... What is with this static all of a sudden? Hello? Hello? It seems bad. Connect. Damn it! Did the transceiver just suddenly break?
Electromagnetic interference.
Excuse me.
What happened?
I don't know. All of a sudden it became nothing but static.
Mystic Maya! Mystic Maya!
Why did the transceiver suddenly break like that? I should probably have an electronics expert look at it. The sooner the better.
Can we investigate? The big bear yet? Can we move to the other side? Wow, there are a lot of bears.
Alarm clock ones, collector's edition, stuffed teddies, plastic models. It's pretty overwhelming. Is there a kind of bear he doesn't have? Yeah, a sooty.
There's even a few in the trash can.
Yeah, I get the feeling maybe the guy didn't really like bears.
Poor teddies.
It's hard to bear with all these problems. Growl!
Oh, great.
I don't think I want to bear with the trauma of the last case caused me.
Ha! What's wrong, Mr. Nick?
Nothing. Okay,
Let's go to Gumshoe. Gumshoe.
I'm assuming he's still in the office.
I think so.
Hey, welcome back, pal. I thought I'd make you a little something for dinner. That's nice, thanks. A rich man's luxurious full-course meal. Out of a can, that is. I'm sorry you went through all the trouble to cook, but I don't have the time to eat. Oops. Looks like you don't have a can opener, pal. You've got to be kidding. And here I thought he had already whipped something up. Oh, I know. There's one way I know how to be helpful. Ask me about anything you want, pal. Go ahead. Well, since he's here and offering, I wonder what I should try asking him about.
Show him the transceiver.
A transceiver?
Oh, Mr. Nick! You should ask Mr. Scruffy to tell him about that thing.
What thing? Oh yeah, this thing just up and broke all of a sudden. It broke, pal? When I was talking to the kidnapper, it suddenly broke into static. Look, it sounded like this. I don't hear any static, pal. Huh?
Maybe it fixed itself?
That's strange. I'm sure it was making a loud static noise. Maybe. Maybe what? Maybe it was electromagnetic interference, pal. Electromagnetic interference? Oops. My bad. Pressed the wrong button.
It's okay.
There we go. So what is electromagnetic interference? It's something that happens when a radio wave gets mixed up with another signal, pal. Oh, when you put it that way...
I don't understand what you're talking about.
Like, for example, when a cell phone goes off next to a computer screen, the stuff on the screen gets kind of fuzzy and starts acting funny, right? Not anymore, but back in the day, yes.
Huh? Computer? God bless her heart.
It's like when you use the dryer next to the TV and the screen starts looking weird.
Oh, yes! A TV does that. Oh, so that's what you're talking about.
She seems amazingly happy at being able to understand this. So the room you were in when that interference... So, the room you were in when the interference to the transceiver happened, there's gotta be something in there that's sending out a very strong radio waves, pal. Something like... like a listening device or something. Ah! Hey, speaking of that, where were you when it happened?
We're in Karita's room. We were in Mr. Karita's room. The scene of the murder.
What? That's it. I'm going to sneak into the precinct and get a bug sweeper. I'll meet you at the crime scene later. All right, pal? Wait, Gumshoe! Oh yeah, baby.
Follow him.
It's investigating time. I'm on fire, pal. My fingers are itching to go. Yeehaw!
Follow him.
Yeah.
We should get going too, Mr. Nick.
All right, let's go.
Wait up! Gumshoe!
Wait up, you Columbo knockoff.
We were there first!
Hey, you're finally here, pal. Sorry to keep you waiting. Kept you waiting, huh?
Do you have the, bug sweeper?
Well, you see, I got busted trying to sneak in, pal. Then suddenly I'm starting staring at the precinct doors. From the outside, I mean, so, yeah. I couldn't get one of the police bug sweepers. What do you mean you couldn't get one? We need that item! Hey, calm down, pal. I didn't say I didn't get one, just not the police's.
Wow, so this is a bug sweeper.
It looks a little broken. Hey, this was made when I was in elementary school, pal. Oh? By who? Me, of course. Haha, seeing this sure brings back memories. Hey, don't look down on it, pal. Sure, it looks a little beat up. But I put my heart and soul into building this puppy here.
Your heart and soul?
It'll work. Trust me, pal. It'll do the job. But you can't set the sensitivity. So it's going to beep at anything that gives off electromagnetic waves.
But isn't it better that way?
Well, anyway, since I brought it all the way, might as well give it a whirl, right, pal? I'm getting that sinking feeling again. Okay, I'll tell you how to use this baby. There's a listening device or some other sort of bug. There's a listening device or some other sort of bug hidden in this room, pal.
So we're gonna find it, right?
Right. Now first, let's turn the sweeper on. Next, move the sweeper around to give the room a real thorough look-see, pal. The sweeper will let you know how strong of a signal it's picking up, so keep an eye on it, okay? Once you find something that's giving off a lot of radio waves, press... Yeah, way to break the fourth wall. Press X button to lock onto it. There's a lot of things here giving off radio waves. So let's take a good look at anything and everything that seems suspicious, okay, pal? Alright, I'm gonna go stand outside and keep an eye out. Give me a yell if you find the bug. Got it, pal?
I guess the big bear? Yeah. There doesn't seem to be anything that gives off radio waves there, Mr. Nick. Keep a careful eye on the bug sweeper and let's try again.
The sweeper isn't exactly the best. Well, make do with what you have, right?
Oh, this is just a giant stuffed teddy bear, right? It's the biggest one I've ever seen.
Hey, so did you guys find it yet? The listening device, I mean?
No, not yet, but this bear's eye is...
Let's see. A perfectly normal stuffed bear with some really strong radio waves. Sounds like you found the device to me, pal. Let's dig this big fella's eye out and see what we got.
No, you can't! Such a violent act!
Pearl, it's just a toy. Oomph.
I'm on Pearl's side. I don't like seeing stuffed animals or dolls getting destroyed.
I don't think I could hear you. I don't think I could hear you doing the no. Okay, for some reason when you yell I can't hear anything.
No!
There we go.
Anyway, as I was saying, I'm on Pearl's side. I hate seeing stuffed animals or dolls destroyed.
But it's a miniature camera, and it looks like there's more. There's a transmitter and a timer. What emitter? A transmitter, pal.
Oh, is this more of that high-tech stuff?
So this tiny thing is a camera? Yep, it's a pinhole CCD camera, pal. It's a small, high-grade video camera mostly used in security systems. So it's a video camera. It runs on a battery which comes with it in a set. But there's no videotape in this camera. This is the only camera part here, pal. The tape recorder with the tape inside is somewhere else.
Somewhere else?
The footage is changed into radio waves and then it gets sent to that recorder.
So, it's sort of like a TV broadcast, isn't it?
Hey, you're right.
Okay.
So, what is a transmitter? It's a device that sends the footage that cameras took to a specific destination. It's like a video version of a listening device, pal. It looks like it's attached to a small clock-like thing. Oh, that's a timer, pal. You can set it to turn the camera on and record at certain times with it, like a dash cam.
Huh. You can set it for a certain time?
Yep, let's see. This looks like it was set to start at 8 p.m. and go for 1 hour. 8 p.m.? That was the time of the award ceremony ended. There's no date set, so it's been recording every night, I guess.
Mr. Detective, how long has this bear been here?
I'm pretty sure it's been here since the night of the murder.
Then maybe...
Maybe this camera caught the murder on tape! What? And if you think about the angle the bear's at, it's bound to have a clear shot of the whole crime, pal.
That changes everything. So, there was a camera in this bear's eye.
And it was disguised as a present. And I'm sure it was here on the night of the murder, pal. It's pretty big, so it stands up pretty well in my mind. But who gave Mr. Kurita this present? I, don't know, pal. But this means that someone out there's got a video of what happened here that night.
Isn't there any way we can find out who that person is?
It's impossible, pal. Radio waves can be sent almost anywhere, so there's no real way to find out.
Oh.
Is there really no way to find out? I got it! What? Hey, pal, let me borrow this mini camera for a bit. What are you going to do? I'm going to go around the electronic shops and see if I can find out who bought this. But that's impossible. I mean, it's already 9 p.m. Leave it to me. Even if I have to search all night, I'll find your man, pal. Oh yeah, baby. It's investigating time. I'm on fire, pal. My fingers are itching to go. Yeah!
God bless Gumshoe. He's gone.
Yeah.
The Mr. Scruffy detective sure is a nice man. He's the best. He's pushing himself so hard all for Mystic Maya's sake. Edgeworth.
It's a mystery how you always manage to do things in the most inefficient ways, right? Ah! You'll have to excuse me, I heard your conversation just now. Edgeworth! What are you doing here? A rescue team has been created and deployed. I can't say I'm optimistic, but we have to move forward, one step at a time. I see. Thanks. Don't thank me yet. We still have to find her. So, there was a spy camera hidden inside this stuffed animal, huh? You are one lucky man, right? Do you know this stuffed bear, little girl?
I have no idea.
Of course not. The maker of this bear is a very expensive luxury brand from overseas. It's completely handmade, and only a small number of these are exported here. What? The camera and the transmitter that Scatterbrain Detective took with him are dead ends. Things like those can be bought anywhere. However, this bear is different. By tracking how it got into this country, this bear can tell us who the buyer is.
Can you really do that? Mr. Nick, can he really?
Well, I guess so. It's 9 p.m. I think I can still make it in time. I'll be taking this for now. I'm sure you have other things you have to do. Stuffed bear... How the hell can he lift that thing?
It's Edgeworth, don't question it.
See you soon, right? But
then again, it's been torn to pieces.
Wait! What? Why are you doing this? I have no interest in explaining myself to someone who cannot comprehend.
Soon.
But besides that, right? Until court reconvenes tomorrow, you should concern yourself with this question. Who was the person that murdered Juan Corrida? The real killer. Do you really still think it was Adrian Andrews? To be honest, I don't know anymore. You still have a little time left. Find the truth, right? Everything begins with the truth. Juan Corrida's real killer. Miss Andrews passed. The kidnapper whose sole condition is the acquittal for Mr. Ungard. And this card, Shelley the Killer. Maya, the only way I can save you now is to find all the answers to this case tonight. I don't understand what your real intentions are, Edgeworth. But as you said, all I can do for now is find the truth. Okay, that says
find the contradictions. Believe in the truth.
Okay, that says done part 1 of the investigation, now to part 2.
Alright, part 2. Let's go.
Wait, I thought Edgeworth took the bear. It's still there.
It's past 9 p.m. already, isn't it? I wonder if Mr. Edgeworth has already found Mystic Maya.
These things take time. I'd say probably not. The police are professionals, Pearls. They'll find her, so don't you worry. And if we can win a not guilty verdict tomorrow, then everything will be okay.
You're right.
So the real person who killed Mr. Corrida was...
the assassin, Mr. Shelley the Killer, right?
And that card Miss Andrews found at the crime scene seems to be proof of that. But if that's the case, then a new question comes to mind. Who was the one that hired the killer to begin with? Who is his client?
You mean who asked for the murder?
That person didn't want to want to dirty their own hands in blood, but whoever this client is, they're still a killer. Yeah, indirectly killing.
Yeah.
crime by association?
Yep. Who could have hired the assassin? Do you really think it was Miss Andrews?
I wonder. But if she was the client, then why go through the effort to stab the knife into the corpse herself?
But if Miss Andrews wasn't the client, then no, it can't be.
Matt Ungard himself?
If Mr. Ungard really did hire the assassin,
then he's not.
Then
he's not innocent at all. Far from it. He would be guilty of the crime.
But it can't be Mr. Ungard, right? I mean, when we first talked with him...
Mr. Ungard, I'd like to ask you one more question. Did you kill Mr. Juan Corrida? Alright, just so we're clear, dude. I didn't kill anyone, and that includes Juan Corrida, okay?
That's we didn't see any psych lock.
I didn't see any psych locks at the time. Actually, that reminds me.
Did you remember something, Mr. Nick?
Yeah, something Miss Andrews said at the trial today. She said something interesting.
So what is this interesting thing?
Oh, that's right. You didn't hear it, did you, Pearls?
Juan had bet everything on the gym and Ninja this year. And if he lost the Grand Prix, he was going to make sure Matt was going down with him. That's what he thought anyway. It looked like somehow Juan had his hands a secret so powerful that it would destroy Matt's acting career had it been revealed. Mr. Ungard's secret? What is his secret?
I don't know yet. But for now, let's think about it this way. Mr. Corrida was going to reveal this secret. That means Mr. Ungard had plenty of motive to have Mr. Corrida silenced. Which means we have to meet Mr. Ungard. There's no way around it now.
I guess we meet with him. Oh? Wow, it's really getting late, isn't it, Mr. Nick?
Yeah, it's past 9 p.m. already. But we still have some things to prepare for tomorrow's trial. There's still the matter of this secret Mr. Corrida held about Mr. Ungard. And Miss Andrews' real intentions. These are the two things I must know tonight.
But aren't visiting hours over at the detention center?
I'm sure we'll think of something, Pearls. Don't you worry.
I guess we go see.
Oops. Yeah, it's 9 p.m., but look outside, the sun's still coming through the window.
Yeah, I know, right? Unless the hotels just really have bright lights.
True. Ugh.
Go away!
She did. Hey, wait!
What is it, whippersnapper? All I know is nothing that has anything to do with you is ever good. Like just now, I was handed this strange device for who knows what reason. And I was told to use it to search the whole hotel.
That's the bug sweeper, isn't it? The one Gumshoe made.
I don't know, and frankly, I don't care. But the request came from Edgy Poo, so...
Edgeworth?
And he said...
If you feel angry, direct your anger at that unsophisticated lawyer.
So I'm gonna feel free to direct all my anger towards you.
Edgeworth, why you little? Gee, thanks a bundle, Edgeworth. What a pal you are.
This is absolutely top secret, so you had better keep it to yourselves. I heard they found a spy camera in one of the presents.
Very interesting.
I'm sure it was, you know... It was to catch poor Juan in the middle of the scandalous meeting. Scandalous? What's that? It means, well, you know, that gossip that's been going around about my dear Juan.
Oh, you mean that thing about Miss Andrews? But I'm sure she must have had some reason for getting close to Mr. Corrida.
I'll let you in on another secret, young'un. I know who planned that spy camera. It was that obnoxious puppy-haired photographer girl. The nerve of some people. Spying on people like herself, as if I wouldn't see it for myself, too.
Wow, the alien actually admitted her true intentions for a change.
I don't know what you're thinking exactly, but I can bet that it's nothing good.
Probably not. But I didn't say anything.
So you want to know about Juan and that manager, right? Actually, as I hear it, they were something of a refreshing pair, those two.
Oh?
I tell you, Juan really welcomed that manager with open arms, I heard. That manager? Who are you talking about? You don't know? That manager woman Juan had. It's a shame she killed herself, though.
You're talking about Miss Celeste Impax, Miss Andrews' mentor, right?
Yes, that's the one. That Celeste girl. She was supposed to get married, you know.
Married? You mean to Mr. Kurita?
Really, you young kids today don't know anything, do you? That girl Celeste killed herself 3 days after their marriage announcement.
3 days after their marriage announcement? What in the...
Why would Miss Impax want to kill herself? She was going to get married. Well, that's because she was thrown away, you see, by Juan.
What?
But they were going to get married, right? They promised each other, right? They had a grand announcement session, but 3 days later, Juan suddenly canceled their marriage.
Is that true?
It was in the weekly magazines. But why? Why did he do that? That was not in the magazines, unfortunately.
I see. That night after... Oops.
Oh, that night after Juan called off the wedding, that manager, Celeste, killed herself.
How terrible.
Juan, you're a dick. I wonder what happened between those two.
Got nothing else to say, I guess, so... Bobby. On that night, there must have been at least a few hundred people here. I guess the police are done with their questioning and investigating. It looks like things here in the lobby have finally calmed down.
Criminal of...
Oops.
Oh. Doesn't look like Mr. Scruffy Detective is here.
Well, he's out there with that camera asking around all the electronic stores.
Then I'll make some salad for him for some dinner.
Pearl, you're too precious.
I love her.
It looks like Pearl really appreciates what Gumshoe is doing for us.
Mr. Nick?
Yes?
Where's the lettuce?
I don't think I've ever bought lettuce before. Seriously?
Really, Phoenix?
Aw, I guess I had to give up on making a salad then.
Guess the lack of lettuce is kind of a problem, but that is one of the most common things in a salad, Phoenix. Shut it down.
Hey, asshole, you in here?
Visiting hours ended a few hours ago. Looks like we're not going to get a chance to talk with Mr. OnGuard tonight.
But isn't what we have to ask very important?
Yeah, but I don't think that matters to the guard. God damn it.
Criminal Affairs Department? Gumshoe?
It feels sort of tense in here, doesn't it, Mr. Nick?
Yeah, it does. I wonder if something happened. You're Mr. OnGuard's lawyer, right? Yes, sir. Well, we finally found just the person we've been looking for. A real decisive witness. A decisive witness? You mean for the OnGuard case? We're taking the witness's statement right now. Gotta hand it to Mr. Edgeworth. What's Edgeworth up to now?
Who is this witness?
I think you know the person quite well, Mr. Lawyer.
Mr. Nick?
Between the kidnapper's demands and now this, I can't see any way to win here. Oh yeah, Mr. Edgeworth wanted me to tell you something. He did? Even though visiting hours are long over at the detention center, He wanted me to grant you special permission, so there you go.
What?
I've already called them, so they know. Go on. Go talk to your heart's content. Thank you very much.
This is such a good news, Mr. Nick.
Go talk to your heart's content. Sounds like the police are pretty sure they have tomorrow's trial in the bag. Thank you.
Hey, asshole!
I'm sure they must have transferred Miss Andrews here by now. So that means that both Mr. Ongard and Miss Andrews are in this detention center. Now then, whose story do I want to hear?
Doesn't matter, I guess.
Dude! It's Mr. Wright! I hope you can get me off the hook tomorrow. I'm counting on you. I hope so too. Edrupt just dropped a bombshell on me by saying that Juan Corrida was killed by an assassin, and that the assassin's client is this man, Matt Ongard. What's wrong? Mr. Ongard, there's something I must know with 100% certainty. You seem kind of different. You're totally not like your usual lawyer dude self. About the press conference. You mean the one where Juan was gonna dress up as the Nickel Samurai? Yeah, I heard a little more about it from Miss Andrews.
It looked like somehow Juan had this in his hands, a secret so powerful that it would destroy Matt's acting career had it been revealed.
Could you please fill me in on what this secret is, please? Uh-oh.
Gotcha!
Oh, fuck me.
5!
I knew this was coming.
Mr. Nick, don't tell me.
Cyclops. You said a secret, right? But I don't have any idea what that is. Do you, dude? Did you know about Mr. Corrida and Miss Andrews' relationship? Well, it's all over the tabloids, dude. But I don't know any of the details, if that's what you mean. Look, how many times do I have to tell you? I don't care what Juan did with his life. Miss Andrews, she had a purpose in mind when she started seeing Mr. Corrida. Her mentor was Mr. Corrida's manager, and Miss Andrews was going to get Miss Celeste Impact's suicide note from him. Celeste? Does that jog any memories?
Hey, answer the question!
Dude, I suddenly just got totally hungry. You up for a pizza? My treat.
Hey, dude!
How can you
Answer the question.
How can you order pizza in a detention center?
I don't know.
Mr. Nick, what's a pizza? Is it kind of pea, like green peas?
God bless her heart!
Don't think I've ever seen a pizza with peas on it.
I must protect the babu.
Let's go eat one later, okay? I got cut off by the pizza dude at the shop. That's too bad. Well, how about we get our minds off this topic and talk about something else, okay? Mr. Ongard, are you connected to the Miss Impact's suicide in some way?
How can we talk to Andrews? The criminal department? Okay. Let's go to the criminal department affairs, and then we'll talk to Andrews there. Oh, Mr. Wright, please just help me.
Uh-oh. Mr. Powers!
What happened? Why are you here?
You see, I got roped into this somehow.
What?
And now I'm going to testify at tomorrow's trial.
So the decisive witness is Mr. Powers.
I was talking with a detective until a little while ago when I was on my way home. When all of a sudden, you're under arrest. And I was brought back here. They said my face and whole self and my whole self in general looked suspicious or something.
Well, I guess I can see how they thought you looked suspicious.
I'm just a normal guy in an exercise show for kids. Is that a crime?
So about this testimony you're giving, what are you going to talk about?
I really don't know yet. but it sounds like I saw something pretty important from what they tell me.
You saw something important? What was it?
Well, the detective told me not to talk about it. You can't tell anyone, and especially not that lawyer, he said.
Who do you think that the lawyer detective was talking about?
I'm going to take a wild guess and say it's me.
Yeah, you got it.
Mr. Nick! Mystic Maya and myself are your only two allies in this whole world, but it's alright.
Ouch. I don't really have a lot of friends, do I?
This is going to do a lot of damage to Matt, you know, because he's got that refreshing like a spring breeze image going.
But what is he really like?
Well, let's see. Matt's always been kind of a player with women. He would never really turn a pretty face away, if you know what I mean. He'd always say it's just a game to justify himself.
What?
That sounds like he's implying he's a rapist.
Yeah. How horrible! That's unforgivable!
Oh, sorry. Didn't mean to offend you. But you know, he said once that there's only one person in the world who won't swoon over me.
One person who wouldn't swoon over him?
His manager. You know, Miss Adrian Andrews.
Why is Mr. Powers suddenly looking kind of energetic?
You see, I'm actually a sucker for gossip. I mean, celebrities in their world have this dazzling sort of image, right?
A dazzling sort of image, but aren't you part of that dazzle, Mr. Powers?
No, I'm more of a hairy, sweaty, smelly, brutish kind of guy, you see.
Makes sense, he was voiced by Mr. Satan in the anime.
Yeah, I know.
Well, it's okay, really. I get to hear plenty of gossip about a lot of other stars around me as things happen.
Well, that's true.
Oh hey, did you hear about this yet? About Miss Andrews' mentor and her suicide?
You mean Miss Impax?
We heard something about how her wedding was canceled.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I thought about it a little the other day, about that mysterious death. Hey, Mr. Wright, why don't you ask me about that? Go on, go ahead.
Mr. Powers is so charged up, his skin is practically glowing with electricity.
Hey, so have you heard this? Celeste left a suicide note. And they say that Juan went and hid it.
We heard about that in court today. But there wasn't any actual proof that she had left a note.
Well, this is what I think. I think that something bad was written on that note. Something bad for Juan, that is.
Something bad for Mr. Kurita? Why do you figure so? Oh, it's you.
Oops, why do you figure so?
Well, because she died, Celeste talked with a few of her friends. Well, before she died, Celeste talked with a few of her friends. And she said it looks like I caught up with a truly insidious man.
A truly insidious man? Come by a deciduous! Energy drink. Hello! Did she mean Mr. Kurita? Did she mean Mr. Kurita by that?
Well, there's no one else that fits the bill, right? And that would be the reason enough for him to hide the suicide note.
I see. Well, that's some good info. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Mr. Ungard and Miss Andrews, they're both at the detention center right now. There's still things I don't understand or know about, I'm sure. I have to get the two of them to tell me everything.
Alright, let's go talk to Andrews.
Now then, whose story do I want to hear?
Adrian! Oh, it's you.
I'm sorry to be visiting at such a late hour, but there are a few questions I absolutely have to ask you tonight.
Me? I thought your client was Matt.
And I'm sure Miss Andrews knows something. She can't be clueless about this secret Mr. Kurita had on Matt Ungard. I'd like to ask you about Matt Ungard, if you don't mind.
Mr. Wright, you still don't know, do you? The real him, I mean.
You seem to bear a lot of resentment towards Mr. Ungard. If that's the case, then why did you become his manager? And why would you become intimate with his rival?
That has nothing to do with this case. Nothing.
About Miss Celeste Impax.
I had finally put her death behind me. Did you really? And now, thanks to you, it's all come back to the surface.
I'm sorry.
Yes, I was shocked by her suicide. And it's true that when I heard the rumor that Juan was the one who had hit her suicide note, I began to draw close to him. I wanted to get her suicide note back and to burn it.
You wanted to burn it? But why?
I didn't want to spread like another piece of gossip. But I never held any murderous intent towards Juan. I would never do something so stupid.
The suicide note, huh? I wonder what it said. Why did you try to frame Mr. Ungard?
That's simple. Because he's the killer. That's why. Isn't it the duty of every good citizen to inform the police? But there had to be another way.
The police are excellent at doing their job, so they'd figure it out, right?
Yes, they're so good that they couldn't figure out the real truth behind Celeste's death.
Yeah, I've heard the Japanese police can be quite, well, what's the word? Inefficient sometimes.
Yeah, they're like, if you compare the LAPD police like back in the old days compared to the Japanese police, yeah, you're probably better off with the LAPD.
Less said about the LAPD though, the better.
Yeah, true though.
Plus I don't know if you've ever seen the Japanese police uniform. It's incredibly outdated.
Yeah, I know, right?
Miss Andrews.
Well, I know you're not the type of person to do something without a reason. So please, tell me why you did what you did.
Revenge.
Huh? Did you say something just now?
Oh, come on. Oh, it's just one. A psych log, huh?
Don't you understand yet? You're not my lawyer, to be honest. You're more like an enemy.
But
I'm sure I just heard Miss Andrews say revenge.
Let's go to Wright and Co. law offices.
For a split second, I thought that was my phone.
Mr. Nick, your phone!
Yeah, I thought that was my phone for a second, because that's actually my ringtone.
Yeah.
I don't like the sound of this ringtone right now. It sounds kind of ominous.
It's probably just your imagination. You should really pick it up, Mr. Nick. It could be important.
Hello? We got a big problem, pal. What's wrong? I'm on my way to your office right now. Okay. Hey, wait a sec. Why is he coming here? It's terrible. I don't know what to say, pal. It's the end. I say I'm going to... Oh. I got here faster than I thought. What, were you literally outside the fucking office when you called him?
Teleported?
Yeah. Boop. Hey. Boop.
Like, boop. He like just went, boop.
No time to relax now, pal. I'm confused as anything here. Not the only one. Well, what happened? We got him. We know who bought that spy camera.
Huh?
This quickly? And this bear's what gave them away, pal. The bear? I figured it out, pal. I figured out we should have been looking into that bear instead of the camera.
But... wasn't it Mr. Edwards?
Shh! Go on. There's only one person who bought one of the bears who's related to this crime.
Who was it?
Yes, Stewie. Gumshoe is secretly Sonic.
Gotta go fast.
Gotta go fast, pal!
Who would be so rude as to spy on another person in their room?
Matt Ungard.
Dun dun dun.
Huh?
Matt Ungard. Your client, that's who, pal. And here I thought things couldn't get any worse. Are you sure you heard right? That the person who bought this bear was... I heard it from the department store clerk, pal. This is the credit card receipt for the purchase. It's for $3,800, pal. That's an exact match to the price of that stuffed bear.
A $3,800 bear?
You'd be amazed. Like, when I was in New York back in 2005, we went to the toy store that was used for Duncan's Toy Chest in Home Alone 2, and some of the stuffed animals went for $10,000 back then.
Really, $4,000 for a bear?
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Like I just said, some of the.
I know, but still, fuck that.
A receipt? Is that all you have?
Nah, it's not just a receipt, pal. The store clerk said so himself. He told me I'm sure I sold that bear to Mr. Ongard. I mean, the clerk even got Mr. Ongard's autograph out of it, pal. So I'm sure the person who bought the stuffed bear was Mr. Ongard himself.
My sight is failing me. This can't be.
Spy camera.
So what about the spy camera we found?
Ah, that was a dead end, pal. I mean, you can get this kind of thing from anywhere. But for now, I guess I can give these back to you for the file away into evidence.
Thank you.
Yes, we need them. Thank you. We need this.
I don't know.
You don't want to give up, pal. I never thought. I didn't think it was possible. The person who put the spy camera in Wonkarita's room was Matt Ongard.
Why would Mr. Arngard do something like this?
All that for toys who made them? Rolex, Rolls Royce? I don't know Stray Pie, but yeah, seriously, some of the toys I saw in that store were literally about $10,000. Granted, they were like life-size. And I'm talking like life-size stuffed giraffes and stuff. They were big.
Yeah. Anyway, I guess we gotta go pay Mr. Arngard a visit.
I bet it was to catch Miss Andrews and Mr. Kurita in one of their rendezvous. I bet it's not good enough for me. I have to know the absolute truth behind this camera. Are you going to see him, Mr. Ongard, I mean? Yes.
I'm scared, Mr. Nick. I wonder what we will find out next.
I'm scared myself, but I have to put on a good face for Pearls. Matt Ongard, what in the world have you done?
Let's go. And you know... Okay. Oh!
You're working really late, you know. It's already past 10 p.m., dude. I think it's time you told me the truth. Relax. Don't you know that ignorance is bliss? But if you really want to know, let's talk.
Just because it's you, I'm gonna say it. Magatama, motherfucker!
Just gonna save here.
Well, alright. I was gonna do that, but you just did that. Alright. Magatama, motherfucker!
Oh boy.
I'm ready.
Now, let's hear what this secret of yours is. What if Mr. Kurita had been successful in his plan? What would have been disclosed? I told you before, dude. I don't know. I don't know anything about Juan, okay? Look, Mr. Wright, I keep on saying it until I'm blue in the face, but I totally didn't pay Juan any attention the whole time that night. I mean, come on. I was in the middle of a nap. Don't lie to me. Huh? I know you paid close attention to Mr. Kurita, especially on that night.
The camera!
Someone used this camera to secretly film Mr. Kurita's room the night of the murder. Secretly film? What? And then send the images that the camera took with this transmitter. Wow, but dude, where was this camera you're talking about hidden?
It's there!
The spy camera was hidden in this bear's eye. A bear that was supposed to be a present from a fan.
One down.
I guess Juan had a few of those kinds of fans too, huh, dude? Actually, I wouldn't say this bear was a present from a fan. You sure, dude? Who else could it be from? The person who gave this bear to Mr. Kurita was...
You!
You piece of shit. Mr. Ongard, do you know this... Don't you know this bear from somewhere? I don't think I've ever met Mr. Bear before, dude. Aw, but he says he knows you. How could you forget such a great friend? What else did the bear tell you? He says that the one who put the camera in his eye was you, Mr. On Guard. If I didn't know how you work in court, I'd think I was in some serious trouble. Come on, this is all a joke, right, dude? You're just pulling my leg. Looks like you're not ready to give up your secret yet. Well, do you have any proof you want to show me first? Here's proof that it was you who put the camera inside the bear.
The receipt!
I have here one credit card receipt, Mr. Ungard. It's from when you bought that stuffed bear. Dude, all you can tell from that is that I spent $3,800. I go to that department store all the time, okay? This $3,800. This could be the toothbrush I bought that one time. A $3,800 toothbrush? It's ivory, and it's got elephant hair for bristles. Okay, you're crueler than I imagined.
Ew!
Elephant hair? Is that what rich people use nowadays? Anyway, the store clerk clearly remembers you and your purchase. After all, you even gave him an autograph, did you not? Dude, you should have said that earlier.
2 down!
So can I ask you one thing? Yes? You're my lawyer, right, dude? So if you are, then why are you looking into stuff like that? Because if I don't know the truth, I can't help you. Sounds more like stupid lawyer talk to me. Hey, let's stop talking about this, okay? No, not yet. I haven't asked you why you set the camera up yet. And what your secret is. Of course it would be strictly confidential. So, what are you going to do now? I'm going to find out what I want to know, because I must. The reason you hid this camera in Mr. Korea's room and filmed it in secret is...
The magazine clipping! This!
Adrian Andrews? There's a rumor going around that Miss Andrews and Mr. Kurita were having secret meetings. You, who was keeping tabs on Mr. Kurita, you were going to reveal this as fact and turn it into a scandal, isn't that right? Dude, you can be such a moron. Huh? Oh man, Mr. Lawyer Dude, that kind of scandal, that's the good stuff. That's what we in this industry call juicy. The good stuff? Juicy? Look, we can get publicity without spending a penny with that kind of stuff. I mean, if people stop paying attention to us, then it'd be the end, dude. Too bad this wasn't your intention. What are you talking about? I wish your reason for spying was something innocent, but it wasn't. You didn't spy on Mr. Kurita because of Miss Andrews. And there's only one reason I can think of for you to do such a thing. The real reason you set up that camera in Mr. Kurita's room was...
The picture card.
What, that?
Yes! Shelley the Killer!
What's this card? Maybe he doesn't know about this card. This is a certain man's calling card. The man's name is Shelley the Killer, and I'm sure you know of him, don't you? Shelley the Killer? That's ridiculous! Why would I know some shady scumbag like him? If you really don't know him, then why are you all acting so jumpy all of a sudden? This is it. I'm finally starting to get to the truth. I can't afford to make any more mistakes now. Mr. Matt on Guard, I know why you know Mr. the Killer. It's because...
You're his client!
Since you're the one who set up that camera, that means you knew exactly what was going to happen in that room. So, how would you know something like that? It's because you're his client. You hired Shelley the Killer to assassinate Mr. Juan Kurita. The real mastermind behind this whole murder is you, Matt on Guard. And here I was, trying to be a good boy for you, dude. I thought you didn't know. I thought if you didn't know, you'd be able to do your job without feeling bad. Well, that's what I thought anyway. Mr. On Guard, you really did hire? Hold on a sec. I'm gonna consult myself, okay? Consult insult myself. Well, I guess it's probably about time anyway. About time for what? I think it's time for you to meet him now, Mr. Lawyer Dude.
You motherfucker.
How do you do, Mr. Lawyer? I'm Matt Ungard.
Gotcha, bitch!
And he got a glass of brandy out of nowhere? Well done, Mr. Wright. I bet it wasn't easy to gather as much information as you have. You really... So you're our Shelley the Killer's client? You didn't really think I would dirty my own hands in this, did you? And the guard behind him is literally not reacting to this?
I know! It's like, dude, he's confessing right there! What do you mean?
And that woman, Adrian, was quite brave herself. Trying to stick to the crime on me. I didn't think she had it in her. But all I care about is Juan is dead. Isn't that right, Mr. Lawyer?
You're lying! What a terrible...
It's way past your bedtime, little girl. Go on, and let us grown-ups talk about more adult things.
Fuck you! But why? Why did you hide the video camera and...
A weakling soon believes the word of others, just like that pathetic Adrian. He knew about Miss Andrews' secret. But I'm no weakling. I don't believe anyone, least of all assassins. What? Oh, come now, Mr. Wright. Assassins aren't above blackmail. They turn their clients into cash cows by holding the sinful deed over their heads. And a superstar like me, how much do you think I'm worth? Care to guess?
And that's why...
Yes, that's where the video comes in. It's got his face and the crime scene recorded on it, preserved for all time, unless someone chooses to tape up.
Yep.
With that, I can keep him at bay and even blackmail him if I want. That's right, that video was my insurance. Isn't that what they call it, Mr. Wright?
Why would you do something so wrong?
Because I'm a grown-up and I can. Good enough answer for you, little girl?
Why? Why would you kill Mr. Kurita?
Because he was about to sling so much dung into my beautiful, pathetic image. Actually, fuck it, hold on. Because he was about to sling so much shit into my beautiful public image. Scandals are a little annoying, aren't they? This is all because of that press conference, isn't it?
If Mr. Kurita had been able to give it, then Mr. Ungard's secret would have...
Well, that's what we call taking advantage of the situation, you know. I had no interest in doing it, really, but bit by bit, it crept up on me. And then the situation just presented itself perfectly. How beautiful, I thought.
And that's how Mr. Kurita ended up dead.
Let me tell you something. I'm not like Adrian. I don't depend on anyone. People are simply things to be used and thrown away. Put on a sweet, innocent face and people will swallow anything you feed them. Adrian fell for it, the assassin too. Oh, and how can I forget? Even you fell for it, Mr. Lawyer. Everyone, all working their butts off for me, Matt Ungard. Ah, did that leave you speechless? What a shame. What's wrong, Mr. Lawyer? You've grown awfully quiet. How could I have been so deceived by you all this time? When we first met, I asked if you had killed Juan Kurita, and you answered very clearly that you hadn't killed anyone. Hey now, I never told you any lies. The person who did the killing was that the killer guy, right? All I'm guilty of is taking a catnap in my room. You killed Mr. Kurita! I dare you to say that in court tomorrow. Aw, but too bad, you can't. You're my lawyer after all, aren't you? You could always drop my case and refuse to represent me. How does that sound? Aw, but you can't, can you? That would be the one thing you absolutely can't do.
Mystic Maya!
You wouldn't want to test the killer. He's a man of his word, or so I hear. You could end up getting a certain friend of yours rubbed out if you lose. You? Scoundrel, really?
Just say bastard.
You bastard. So if I were you, Mr. Wright Esquire, I think I would give it my all tomorrow. Remember, everyone likes a happy win-win resolution. I'll get you for this! That's such a cliche phrase. Juan said something just like that, if memory serves. Of course, well, we all know how things turned out for him, don't we? Good night, Mr. Lawyer. Maya, what am I supposed to do?
And now you I think it's Edgeworth.
Now you've finally found it. The starting line of this case. Edgeworth, I don't care for the horrid atmosphere here. Let's return to the precinct. That was quick.
Huh.
Well, Wright, what are you going to do? If you plan on changing your strategy...
No! We can't do that!
That's right, he's holding Maya hostage. What should I do? That's not something I can answer for you.
Mr. Edgeworth?
Right, only you can decide where to go from here. 1 year ago, at that time, I didn't truly understand what a prosecutor was. And that is why I had to leave the prosecutor's office. I felt that I couldn't stand in a court of law until I knew what a prosecutor really was. And now, Wright, it's your turn. My turn? What is this thing you call a lawyer? What can you do as one? You must find the answer, and you must find it on your own. I'm a lawyer, but to fight for someone who is clearly a killer... Man on guard. That man is really... Ugh! It doesn't matter who. Every person deserves a proper defense and a fair trial. Isn't that the basis of our judicial system? Proper defense? But what exactly is that? Is that where a lawyer forcibly and blindly gets an acquittal through shouting and trickery? Ironic that you of all people should say such a thing. Isn't that exactly how you fought for your clients up until now? Well, that may be true, but that's because I believe my clients to be innocent from the bottom of my heart. But if I were to get on guard and acquittal, that isn't proper defense at all. I became a lawyer because I thought I could save people who were suffering and in pain. But when I look at this mess we're in, I can't even protect the person closest to me. Even if I win the case, I still lose in the end. I just don't know what to do. Right. Would you get a hold of yourself? You have it all wrong. Huh? We aren't some sort of heroes. We're only human, you and I. You want to save someone. That's something easier said than done, wouldn't you say?
That's...
You are a defense attorney. You can run away from that. You can only fight. That's all you can do. People like you and Franziska are always using all you have to pin me down. You fight to the very end, even when you know the truth is not with you. But I'm not like you. I can't fight for a false verdict, for a man I clearly know to be guilty. Franziska, she fights for herself. The only thing she fights for is her perfect win record. That's all. And isn't that the same as you? Isn't that why you ran away a year ago? Because your precious win record was destroyed? You're so petty. I see. Now I understand why you despise me so. However, you are mistaken. What do you... Thanks to you, when you sealed off my path to a perfect win record, I began to realize the error of my ways. I realized that things such as a perfect record were meaningless.
What?
I don't believe you. Are you saying that is why you left the prosecutor's office? But then, why are you here now? The answer to that is something you will find out on your own. I have faith you will see before the verdict is read tomorrow. But if you can't, then you will be powerless to change the ending of this story. Beep, beep, beep.
Mr. Nick, the transceiver.
I'm sorry for what happened earlier.
Now then, Mr. Attorney, do you wager you can obtain an acquittal tomorrow? My, what is the matter, Mr. Attorney? I don't sense your usual anger this time.
Tell me, please. Why are you holding Maya hostage for Mr. Ungard's sake? Why are you doing this for that cold-blooded killer? Right.
Please don't misunderstand things. He is my client.
Don't toy with me! A man who hires an assassin is just as much of a killer himself!
I believe you are asking me for a reason as to why I'm doing what I am.
Yeah.
This is what I like to call my aftercare.
What the heck is aftercare?
My name carries a certain amount of honor and dignity, Mr. Attorney. I take great care to ensure that no suspicion falls upon my clients for my whole handiwork. This is what I call client relations, and it's part of an assassin's duty.
An assassin's duty?
We were unlucky this time, and my client was arrested as a suspect. As a result, I did what I had to do to enlist your expert help, Mr. Attorney, and to ensure that you would do everything in your power to the very end.
What's your name?
I believe I told you once before, however.
You did, but...
My name is the Killer. Shelley the Killer.
You're Shelley the Killer!
Please keep in mind you do not have much space to maneuver with me. As the Killer, I always finish what I set out to do. If you fail to keep up your end of the bargain...
Maya!
It would be my duty as an assassin to see if she receives a nice long nap.
No!
Now then, if you'll excuse me, if someone were to trace this signal back to me, it would be quite troublesome.
Mystic Maya! Mystic Maya!
I don't know what to say. Edgeworth! Did you hear that? At the end of the transmission? Huh? Oh, that? It sounded like a cat.
Cat?
It can't be! That cat... Can it?
What is it?
I think I know where Shelley the Killer's holding Maya hostage. Edgeworth, have all the police units head for Ungard Mansion immediately. All right, you hurry over as well then. Don't lose hope yet, Pearls. The fight has only just begun.
Yeah!
Andrews. Wait.
What?
About Adrian Andrews.
Now then, whose story do I want to hear?
Oh, wait, I don't think we're ready yet. Never mind. Let's go back. Let's go to On Guard's living room. To On Guard's!
Maya!
Please answer us! Mystic Maya?
We have this area completely surrounded. There is no way for him to escape. Assuming he's still in the area. I can't believe it. That butler. All this time, he was the killer. He and Ungard were working together all this time. I'm sure they had worked out a contingency plan ahead of time.
That bear. Oh, it's a figurine of a bear. But there are cuts in it for some reason.
A bear? Isn't that more of a thing for Mr. Kurita? Why would something like this be here? Right. Look down. There's a little pet door installed here.
I'm sure that's for true.
Do you think this came through that little door? This door. It's locked. Well, I'm pretty used to breaking doors down by now. Let's go, Edgeworth. There's no one here. From the looks of this room, I would say this is Ungard's private lounge. Look at this, right? An antenna for sending and receiving radio signals, and a VCR. Check inside the deck. There's a tape. It would be an important piece of evidence. If we're lucky, we'll have the moment the crime was committed recorded on it. I'm sorry, but the tape deck is empty. There's no tape to be found.
No!
But there's no mistake that someone used this to record something. It looks like someone took the tape we're looking for and escaped with it.
Let's see. A wine cellar?
We've searched all over, but it looks like he got away. I'm sorry. It looks like he slipped out of our grasp this time. And now we've lost our only lead. Don't give up yet. That little girl is looking for you to be her pillar. Yeah, you're right. We're close, I can tell. We've already set up checkpoints along every route leading out of this district. Leave the rest to us.
That picture frame.
Maya. This looks like a picture of Miss Impax. With love, Celeste.
Miss Impax? You mean...
Yes, Mr. Corita's former manager.
Why would a picture of Miss Impax be here in Mr. Unguard's mansion? Oh...
And why does it say with love? This might be a clue.
Ah!
What's wrong, Pearls?
Please let me see that picture frame.
Huh? What's so special about the frame?
On the back! There's something written on the back of the frame! Maya! It's Mystic Maya! She left us a message!
What?
I thought you'd come. I knew you would. Now listen up. You better get Unguard a guilty sentence, okay? If you get that creepy slime bag and not guilty, I'll never forgive you. Ever! I'm fine, so don't you need to worry. There's so much I want to write, but I don't think I have a lot of time left. Pearly, you're there too, right? Make sure you help Nick, okay? Someone's gotta watch out for the helpless lunk. That's it for now, Nick. I guess I'll talk with you guys later. That's... Oh, no! Mystic Maya!
Right. What's wrong? Why the blank stare? Oh, nothing. We've searched the house, and this is the last room. It looks like he eluded us. Edgeworth. Yes? As far as clues go, I think this is about all I'm going to get. But I'm still short of one last thing. And what is that?
Andrews.
Miss Andrews' psych lock. If I could just find out what secret she's holding, then I think I'd stand a chance in court tomorrow. To blow this case wide open and expose the truth. I think I know what you're thinking. I'll contact the detention center. Thanks, Edgeworth. Well, let's go, Pearls. It's time to open that last lock.
Good evening, Mr. Wright.
Even though it's clearly daylight outside?
Again, luminescent lights. What's wrong? You look ill.
Miss Andrews, I've come to remove your psych lock.
Psych lock?
I want to know, and you will tell me, your secret.
Fine, go ahead. Try to break me if you can.
Oh, I'll try.
We don't try, we will. Magatama now!
Can you please tell me why you framed Mr. Unguard for the murder?
I've already told you countless times it's because I thought Matt was the killer.
No, that's not it. I know you have a personal reason to dislike Mr. Unguard. Miss Andrews, you may think I didn't hear it, but I know you said something earlier. You said revenge.
So you're saying I was taking my revenge on Matt, and that's why? What absurd idea. I don't have anything I would want to take revenge for.
Miss Andrews, a woman who lives by being dependent on other people. There is something or someone in her past who would make her take revenge. Miss Impax.
The picture frame.
No, Miss Impax herself.
Oh. Yeah, right. Herself. Damn it. Okay. Herself. Yep, herself. Celeste Impax. Celeste.
There is only one catalyst that could cause such strong feelings and even revenge. And that is Miss Impact's suicide.
What are you trying to say? Celeste was Juan's manager. On top of that, the one who hit her suicide note was also Juan. What does all this have to do with Matt?
You're right, you haven't mentioned him yet. But for you to hate Mr. Ungard, it would mean that he must have had some relation to Miss Impacts and her suicide. Can you explain to me this relation between Celeste and Matt?
Yeah. The photo. Now you do the photo. There you go.
This is a photo of Miss Impacts, correct? She looks younger than when she passed away, though. With love.
With love.
Celeste. This is Miss Impact's handwriting, isn't it?
Where did you find this? No, that's all right. It was a rhetorical question.
Yeah, it is. I found this at Mr. Ungard's mansion.
And after all this time, my last remaining secret has been revealed. Gotcha. Health, please. Thank you. Celeste. She was supposed to get married to Juan.
Yes, but I heard that it didn't work out.
Because Mr. Kurita didn't want to get married to her anymore, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Because of Matt.
Because of Mr. Ungard? What do you mean?
I think I can see where this is going.
Celeste. She was Matt's manager a long time ago. She was the happiest woman in the world at the time. I was working part-time back then, and I often saw the two of them together.
So that's why, with love, Celeste is written on the frame of that picture?
They were a couple, weren't they?
It wasn't anything as splendid as that. Celeste was being used. Toyed with until she was thrown away.
That's so horrible.
Matt's entire image is built around how nice and wonderful of a man he is. A scandal who had destroyed that. Which is why Celeste, in her kindness, moved over to Worldwide Studios. And that is where she met Juan. She seemed really happy with him, even happier than when she was with Matt. Celeste and Juan were such a good match that they were even planning to get married. And then it was suddenly called off. On the night Juan called their marriage off, Celeste, she killed herself. And that's why I framed Matt. It was revenge for Celeste and for myself. I'm sure even you can guess why Juan called the wedding off, right? Matt confessed to Juan about his relationship with Celeste.
I see. So that's what happened.
But then why did Mr. Kurita have to call off the wedding? I don't understand at all.
It was probably because of his worthless male pride. Juan and Matt were always fierce rivals. Matt waited for the wedding announcement and then unleashed the truth on Juan. He was aiming for it when he would hurt Juan the most.
Poor Miss Impacts.
That wasn't the end of it. That day, I'm almost certain that Celeste left a suicide note behind. And in that note, she left a detailed account of Matt's various misdeeds, and so that she would never again be hurt by Matt, she chose to die. Then when Juan discovered her body, he hid her note.
But why would he do that?
It's simple. Juan realized that note was a powerful weapon against Matt. And it would be especially damaging to his refreshing like a spring breeze image. In any case. With his pride hurt, Juan sought revenge.
Revenge. There's that word again.
Juan wanted to publicly disclose the contents of that suicide note. At a time that would cause Matt the most damage, of course.
And that was at the press conference after the stage show.
I know all about it because I heard it from Juan. It was so I could find out about all this that I drew close to Juan to begin with. They're quite a pair of hideous monsters, aren't they? Even Celeste's death was something for them to use in their game. That night when I found Juan's body, it was only natural that I thought the murderer was Matt. Those two were always spying on one another, after all. As for me, I was frantically searching for Celeste's suicide note. I wanted to destroy it before if it ever went public. I was going to burn it. I had even brought it a lighter. But I couldn't find the suicide note, and that's when revenge crossed my mind. Yes, I was going to bring to them my own kind of cruel revenge. Celeste was killed by those two monsters. So when I stabbed Juan's body with that knife, I didn't feel a single shred of guilt. And that's all I have to say. Well, Mr. Wright, even knowing all this, are you still going to help that man?
I'm a lawyer.
I see. What a foul profession.
Thank you very much for your time and for talking with me.
It was no big deal. I couldn't sleep anyway.
I can't sleep either. Not with Maya's situation, or with what I know now. Phew.
Fuck! And then, next week, the final trial.
Yep. And with that, we'll wrap up this trial and this game.
Yep. So next week we'll wrap up the trial and the second game of Justice for All, and we'll get ready for the third game and my personal favorite of the series, Trials and Tribulations.
Yep. So until then, folks, see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.